Alright, good. Okay, so the question is, in the fastest time possible, what's the most effective way to build muscle? So first of all, we talk about a few key factors. Because it's a very general question, so we're going to answer in a very general way. Okay. So the first thing is that the first factor is, what is the potential to build muscle? How do you create a potential for building muscle? Answer me.
Putting stress on the muscle.
Putting stress on the muscle,
Breaking it down and building it back up.
which is putting stress on the muscle. And how about you, Yin?
Protein intake.
Protein. Okay. Okay. Potential. Yeah. So basically, what we want to know, what we want to understand from here is that in order for you to create, first thing is how to create the potential for muscle building. So there's something known as supercompensation. Okay. So basically, let's say this is your strength level. Okay. So in that one workout session, you're gonna reduce the strength level down by exercising, by putting intensity and all of that complicated things. So we're gonna exercise, we're gonna put load, progressive overload, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And then in a single workout session, our fitness level goes down. But when you rest, something happens, right? When you rest, it happens like this. It goes back up. And it doesn't just go back up and stay to the normal range. It goes back up slightly higher than the normal range. And voila, your new fitness level is achieved. Correct? So that's the first factor. And how do you create that potential? It's about something they call microscopic tears. So as you contract, powerful contraction of the muscle, tears happen within your muscle. As an example, I do bicep curl. Let's say I do a bicep curl and pull up and down, and wow, I'm getting tired. Okay, well, I'm getting sore. I'm just keep on hammering it, right? So in that sense, it's about how much damage did you inflict to your muscle. So to simply put, that's the first factor. You got to create that potential. And we can go on and on and on about this, but for the purpose of this video, we're not going to go on and on and on about it. So for now, the first factor, increasing potential. Second factor is you got to do what? You got to, rather than talking about just protein or just calories, we need to talk about nutrients in general. Okay? So what it means is that you got to need enough calories, you got to need enough protein, you got to need enough carbs, because your muscle is the holder of what? Glycogen, right? Glycogen, right? Okay, so you got to have enough carbs as well. And at the same time, your body, remember when we talk about nutrients, it doesn't function as well without micronutrients such as your vitamins and your minerals. And obviously, it's not going to repair very well unless when it doesn't have enough antioxidants, such as phytonutrients and zoonutrients, right? So, and what affects the absorption of nutrients in the body? You guys learned cell. What affects? Remember that? Fats. Yes, because if you have too much saturated fat, your cell membranes are too tough. The nutrients can't go in. If your cell membranes are too soft, okay, it is uncontrollable. Too many things, bad things can come in as well. So, yeah, nutrients. Simplify it to say just nutrients. No need to talk about just protein or whatnot. Then we're gonna have like a 20 things we need to talk about. So yeah. So first one is creating the potential. Second one is refueling your body with the right nutrients. And there's the third one. The third one, which is lifestyle. Okay. So when I talk about lifestyle, I'm talking about stresses. I'm talking about recuperation, rest and recuperation. And I'm also talking about how much. Yeah, actually, basically just these two things. Okay. So stresses. What are stresses? What are stresses? When I talk about stresses, I don't mean just mental stress, by the way. I mean physical stress on your body. What are the stresses?
Tiredness. Fatigue.
Yes, tiredness and fatigue. What else? Work stress, raises your cortisol level and all of that thing. Alcohol puts a load on your body, right? Caffeine, it puts a load on your body. Smoking puts a load on your body. Whatever drugs that you're possibly taking, maybe medication or whatnot. All these are stresses, right? And so aside from the stresses, you need to think about rest and recuperation as well. How much time do you sleep? What is your work and rest ratio? Do you train every single day? Do you train every single day but incorporate active recovery strategies into your training? Do you do that? So some athletes are able to train every day. Why? Because they're very smart, very smart with their programming, right? So a lot of it depends on the individual. But basically, stresses and under the lifestyle, you have stresses and you have rest and recovery. So first thing is what? Creating the potential. Second thing is you gotta fuel your body with the right nutrients, right amount of nutrients of the right quantities. Okay, right nutrients with the right quantity. And the third thing is you gotta make sure that your lifestyle is conducive to building muscle. And there is a fourth thing. There is a fourth thing which I think most people don't talk about. So in the fourth thing, I want to talk about limitations of the human body. Okay, I'm not talking about genetics and all that fancy things. I'm talking about, like, as an example, you want to build muscle but you can't squat. How much muscle are you gonna be able to build anyway? Like, you want to build muscle, you want to build a lot of muscle, but you squat quarter of the way down and things start to hurt. So obviously your muscle building potential isn't gonna be so good, correct? So you want to make sure that you are mobile enough, you're flexible enough, you can do all kinds of movements which is conducive for you, and not just being restricted to just machines all the time, or doing some isolation movements all the time. You want to be able to do compounds then followed by isolation. Okay, so the answer is, in the fastest time possible, what's the most effective way to build muscle? True matter, this applies to everyone. It's not a matter of what is the most effective way. There are so many ways. It's about how many percentage of all of these ways are you able to implement. Correct? So so this is based on your lifestyle, your diet, your limitations. It's also based on your programming. All right, so we want to talk about creating potential through proper programming and training. And you want to talk about fueling your body with the right amount of nutrients. And then you're going to talk about lifestyle factors. So reducing stresses, increasing rest, because the context of the question is most effective way. All right, and then finally you want to talk about removing any limiting factor that you may have. So that is the 4 elements required to constitute the most effective way. I may not be getting it all. If I missed anything, feel free to comment down below. And that's all. Yeah, let's move on to the next question.